And then what the fuck else was I gonna say? I can't remember what the fuck else I was gonna say.
Screw
Animations, Pokemon's not fighting each other. Um, um, um,
I'm dumb. I don't know.
smoke weed.
Every day, 420 plays
Smoke
it.
weed every day.
I don't know.
Oh, does that mean go?
I think that means go.
Hello and welcome to the Good Games Podcast. My name is James.
I'm Leo.
And I'm Justin.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey.
I should be louder now.
Yeah. Now you can actually hear Justin in the mix.
Justin
hopefully.
isn't the quiet Asian girl from Pitch Perfect anymore.
Yeah.
This is gonna be hilarious if he's still quiet. By the way.
No, I actually just peaked the bar. I just saw I had to turn the volume down a little bit. So
I know I'm loud because I'm peaking my microphone.
Yeah.
Now the only person you can hear is Justin.
yeah, I hope that's not the case right now. No, that's why I'm a little distant from the mic, but I shouldn't have to be like making out with it. So
That's good. That's good. Because that's not sanitary, man. You'll spread COVID that way.
to myself.
Well, it depends on how many other people make out with his microphone.
That's true.
Too many.
Yeah.
Too many.
That microphone gets around. That's what I hear.
Like a record.
I rewatched that movie the other day.
Oh, I love that movie.
Office Space.
That movie
Oh,
is so
good.
quotable. So quotable.
Yeah. Oh God. God bless Office Space. You know what? That's going to be my endorsement.
Yeah.
Oh, we're already starting with endorsements. Okay,
Let's just start with
doing this out of
endorsements,
order.
Oh, are we doing an out of order episode? Oh
I-
shit. Okay.
No, I was just kidding. Just kidding.
No,
Okay. All right.
We can do it normal.
We can do a normal episode. Today we're going to discuss Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield 1 year, because we've got a whole year of those games under our belt now, complete with one expansion and another one on the way. So yeah, Leo, I know you've been playing quite a bit of Pokemon lately.
Yeah.
Now, which one do you have, Sword or Shield?
Oh, come on. You know I got sword. Like, is that even a question? Like, I have a sword in real life. Come on. I'm all about swords.
Yeah.
I got to get the sword. Yeah, I think I got like 5 or 6 badges, so I'm getting towards the tail end of it. And I've enjoyed the journey so far. I've put more hours into this Pokemon than any other Pokemon game since the Game Boy ones.
Okay, so
Probably.
now what is your Pokemon journey here? Because I did Red, Blue, Gold, Silver. Then I pieced out for a while. I was like, nah, I'm gonna skip out, and then I skipped all the way to I think the 3DS era, and I hopped back on the train with X and Y. I think
That's almost
now-
exactly my journey.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's pretty
okay,
much
so
mine too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and you jump in going, what the fuck is these creatures?
Yeah.
Where's my
I was
original?
very
Where's the
confused.
OG 150?
Oh my God, X and
Where's my
Y
Pidgey?
was a good game. I feel like, but like I was so lost with just the Pokemon. I was like, I'm too old for this now. I've lost track. That was my experience going to X and Y. But what I like about Sword and Shield is they lead you in with, they cater to both the Zoomers and the Boomers. Like they've got all these new Pokemon and they've got this new realm, what are they called, regions,
Yep.
and all sorts of new features and everything. But at the same time, you can still walk across some bushes and come across your favorite old school Pokemon that you back from the original, and I think that's key.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are things I like about Sword and Shield, and there's things I don't like about Sword and Shield. So, I guess, yeah, one of the things they did well are those big open, in the main game. What is it? It's like the wild area, wild zone,
Mhm.
the wild farm.
It was like
I
a
can't-
mini sort of open worldish area.
And have you
Other players.
played any of the expansion content yet, Leo?
I've not played any expansion content yet. No.
So the expansion content
Enlarged
is
right?
it's a different region you travel to, but it takes place exclusively in a giant wild zone.
That's the way to do
And
it.
playing through the expansion, I was like, oh fuck, this is just what the main game
Should have
been.
Yeah,
Why not just make the entire world a giant wild zone? Like,
I feel like they kind of took a sort of a half step into into going into new territory, because like I think they knew that the wild areas, the sort of MMO style Pokemon game would be very appealing to a lot of players, but they might have been like too scared to take a full leap into it, so they kind of tagged on the regular sort of formula that we're all used to with the rest of the single player game. But you're right, I think the wild areas is easily the best highlight of the game.
it is, and I suspect maybe the reason they didn't like double and triple down on that wild zone, I can't remember. I can't remember what the actual. I feel like that's not it. The wild zone, wild area. I know the word wild is in
wild
there,
area.
anyway.
That's a wild area.
It's called wild area. Okay. Yeah, I feel like the reason they didn't double triple down on that is technical reasons, because you can tell like when you're in the wild area, a lot of times your frame rate takes a big old shit, which is weird because like I feel like that game's just not optimized very well, because I've seen much better graphically looking games on the Switch run way smoother, so I don't know what's going on under the hood there. Maybe some technical issues. Yeah, and you can tell like the draw distance is like the draw distance of wild Pokemon is very short.
Yeah,
which like that's kind of a bummer, because I would like just have the whole fucking land filled with wild Pokemon. That'd be fucking badass.
Just destroying me with Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I think the reason that wild zone works so well in Sword Shield is because the game, and this is kind of segueing into what I don't like about that game, the game is kind of devoid of what is typically found in Pokemon, which are like these big long dungeons. And I think, because I hopped back in X, Y, and I don't remember X and Y having big long dungeons either. It's like someone gave the command to axe all the dungeons. Like, there's like no dungeons.
Right.
There's like, you have like short little excursions on these pathways, but there's not like, because like if you remember back to Red Blue, you'd have big long dungeons with like, they would kind of obscure where the critical path was. Like you'd have to solve like block pushing puzzles, or you'd have to, I don't know. It was always like it was like a puzzle to navigate the dungeon, and
you had to make sure to bring your escape rope with you, and
right, because you could literally get lost. Yeah. And that's just straight up gone now. And I wonder, I mean, I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if it was like, hey, younger players are finding these too difficult, so let's just take them out, or if they thought dungeons weren't fun or something. I don't know. I can't figure that out. But yeah, there's no dungeons in Pokemon anymore, or not what we used to think of dungeons.
What are your thoughts on dungeons in Pokemon, Justin?
I mean, in some form, it's like with Pokemon. I don't know. I guess like the more recent appeal is more of like the creatures and the catching and the battling. Like everyone's into that. But yeah, the original Pokemon, like you always ran into a spot where you pretty much had to traverse or figure out puzzles, do a little bit of puzzle solving, even if it wasn't like the most difficult, but you still had to. I guess maybe I mean I would agree.
You're pro dungeon.
I don't know. See, like I'm in between, because some of the dungeons.
I'm on the opposite end. I'm like,
whoa.
I'm like,
see, like I liked some of them. I like the whole like you're in like a cave or something, and you have you're encountering Pokemon, but trying to work your way through the cave. On the other hand, I don't like sitting here being tossed around by conveyor belts like for like 2 hours. That kind of sucks. And you're like, wait, do I go here? And then I go, no, I fucked up, and you went all the way back. Like, God damn it.
Yeah.
That was just annoying. I'm sorry.
Fucking Team Rocket hideout.
Yep. Oh no, the hideout was the worst. But I'm like, I'll screw the caves too. I don't care. No, just give me no instanced areas where I can't go somewhere and replenish my Pokemon's health nearby, and have to use an escape rope after being like 5 levels deep. Like I'm all about no dungeons. I'm a anti.
Yeah, I am. See, we got someone center dungeon. We got someone anti dungeon. I am very pro dungeon.
Yeah.
And I realized that I was pro dungeon while playing Sword and Shield, Because I mean, part of it, and this is another talking point. I think Sword and Shield is
too easy.
It's way too easy.
It's too
like
easy. That I do agree with.
Too easy.
That's
a different talking point, though. And
Agreed.
I realized that the interesting thing about dungeons is that unless you like stockpiled a shitload of healing items, dungeons put you into like these interesting game states where like, oh hey, your best 2 Pokemon are down, and now you're relying on some shit little like Rattata that you caught, like just oh fuck, I guess I gotta use this now. Like it puts you in these weird, interesting situations where you're like in survival mode and you're like trying to really like fight your way out of the dungeon. There is that there's never this I don't know critical peril or danger in Sword Shield, because you're always like 5 steps away from a Pokemon Center, so you never get you never get put into these like extreme circumstances. It's always like, oh, one Pokemon's dead, I'm just gonna go heal before the next battle.
Right. Yeah, I think the difficulty of the game and like how much it's lacking there is an important fact, with like tied with the fact that there are no dungeons in the game that put you in that situation, because the game is way too easy. And I think a simple way to add difficulty to the game would be to have those dungeons, because it puts you in those situations like you said. But I would rather a game that didn't have any dungeons, and that isn't where the difficulty came from. Maybe the difficulty came from, actually having to like, I don't know, fight against competent trainers, opponents and stuff, and the gyms being difficult. Like, I don't know. I'm more about the battles and the sort of min-maxing and that kind of stuff. So
I would definitely trade like having more difficult battles rather than like you're obviously battling people you're like a level or 2 above most of the time. Like I would actually trade dungeons for having to have like harder battles against people, or be like thrust into like a battle zone essentially. Just whacked my mic.
Fucking battle,
bitch.
He's getting really hyped up about this.
No, but I'd be good making that trade. But if it's just like the simple catch Pokemon, go on pretty much the path to all the different towns and encounter someone who's just slightly weaker than you.
It's really repetitive.
Yeah, and then you're like, all right, well, I'm just fighting this guy. Thanks for the money. See you later.
Which is why I've spent probably like 60 hours in this game, and I'm still on like not have gotten all the badges, because I'm mostly just like end up like hanging out in the wild areas and like trying to find rare Pokemon and all those little kind of Easter eggs out there. Like I've spent so much extra hours just doing that, as opposed to like,
which I feel like that's part of the appeal too of Pokemon is the
gotta catch them all.
Is the catching element.
You're
definitely gonna have that. Yeah. So I mean, you could argue they did do that right at least.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, according to the internet, I mean, the big controversy about this game at launch was that they fucking Thanos snapped the Pokedex, and half of all your favorite Pokemon aren't going to be in the game. Right. Now, through the expansion packs, they are slowly reintroducing all those Pokemon. I have a feeling the last expansion pack is just going to add all 800 or 900 or however many fucking Pokemon there are now. Way too fucking many. It's just going to add them all back in. And now, okay, so let's talk about this controversy for a second, because this was huge when the game came out, and I didn't get the controversy. Like, I don't need 800, 900 Pokemon in my game. I just need the game to be good. You know what I mean? I don't want
to collect, man. Some people are all about catching them all.
Yeah, but like it was okay at 150, but like not 800.
Yeah, it's gotten out of control, and I can see that if you're a longtime fan and you've taken your team from game to game to game, and then you get to Sword and Shield, and the game was all of a sudden, hey, you can only bring half your team over. I can see that being kind of annoying, but like this got like out of hand. People were rioting over the fucking Pokedex.
Well, now, people just like to complain.
The one thing I will say is I would have been way, way, way more fine with a reduced number of Pokemon if that meant that there were like higher fidelity Pokemon models or more animations, or like, oh, I see why they did less Pokemon, because the Pokemon that are in the game are so much more fleshed out or whatever. I don't really see that in Sword and Shield. It kind of looks like the same models they've been using for the last 2 or 3 generations. And maybe that's where people are getting upset. I don't know. For the most part,
I think Pokemon players, like true followers of the franchise, fall into a similar vein as like the Call of Duty people, where the newest iteration of the game is the best iteration to them, and they want to kind of fully immerse themselves in that version of the game. So maybe it's one of those things where, like, they want all their Pokemon in this game, so they don't have to, like, they just can just be all about that new game. Maybe that kind of breaks that combo.
See, I would have been perfectly fine with like just regional. Like every time you play a Pokemon game, like maybe there's like a trickle effect where there's a couple from the previous games, but then most of them are new in a different region as they've been kind of doing it. But overwhelming the game with like a shit ton of Pokemon is I don't know. I don't find that appealing. That just seems
the other danger there is that they'll do the same thing where was it the generation with X and Y where like all of the new Pokemon were just like poorly received. Like the risk is that they make a world with 150 new Pokemon and they're all terrible and nobody likes them.
Yeah.
You guys, there's a lot of real stupid Pokemon. And spoiler for our top 5, some of the stupidest are my favorites.
Yeah.
Like, isn't there a Pokemon that's literally like a chandelier, and like another one that's like
he's on my list. He's on my top 5.
And then there's another one that's like a pair of keys.
Chandelier.
He's just like a
I
keychain.
forgot about the key one. Yeah. Fuck, I should have put the key one on my list.
Do we argue that
Sword Shield has like a teapot and stuff too, right?
Yeah. Whole Teageist.
Oh my god. Do we argue that like it doesn't seem like they're starting to run out of ideas? They're just taking they're just looking at shit going. Let's make a Pokemon out of a corkboard.
Yeah. They definitely just look at animals too, and they're just like, oh, it's like an elephant is like an elephant or whatever.
It's an elephant cat. There you go, Pokemon.
But now they're running out of ideas with like, there's like 3 different elephant Pokemon now. Like,
yeah. But, how cool would the next Pokemon be if they just really hunkered down and took that wild area idea and just fleshed that out to, like, I would take one of 2 things. Either a full, like, sort of MMO RPG style Pokemon game. Mm-hmm. I think that would sell ridiculously well. Or, like, a Breath of the Wild style, just, like, full sort of open world-ish single player experience with that really changed the formula, like not tack that on to the regular
and smaller mini dungeons,
gym badge grind. Yeah, maybe the dungeons you can optionally go to get the secret stuff. Like if you really want to go do a dungeon, you'll find some secret better items, rare items, or whatever. I don't know.
They can call it Breath of the Wild. Wait,
Pokemon of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
The other thing is, I don't get why, because like if you look at Nintendo and like look at the Mario franchise or the Zelda franchise, and especially recently, the mandate seems to be like, hey, let's make something completely fucking new that we haven't done before. We're going to shake up the formula.
They're good at that. Like, that's what they do.
Why is Pokemon just given a free pass to be the exact same fucking game it's always been?
Yeah, you mentioned you mentioned animations, and again, I feel like, and I might be getting animations mixed up, but do the animations seem like they're just not putting any effort into it, or it's the same, like they wiggle around a little bit, or like little like JPEG bubbles come out of their face? Like it's like, can like with how much fucking money these guys have at this point, because they have money, why are they not investing in actual like battle animations? Like, I don't want to see blood, but like, come on, where the Pokemon can physically do something to each other, not be standing on 2 opposite ends going.
Right. What's the Pokemon?
Attack,
What's the Pokemon Tekken game? Like Pokken or something?
Pokken Tournament. Yeah.
Pokken Tournament. Yeah, something like that.
Do more of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. If we're gonna have less Pokemon, let's have better animations.
Yeah.
But like, also your point is very valid. That like, not only is Pokemon, like money-wise, I think money-wise, Pokemon is like the top-selling franchise media ever. Like, fuck video games. We're talking television, movies.
It's
like
huge.
Pokemon,
and apparently, if you
franchise.
You go to Japan, it's fucking everywhere.
I mean,
like,
everyone's
especially
heard
like Pikachu's, there's all over the fucking goddamn place.
the grandpa next door has heard of Pokemon. Like, I mean, you know.
So they've got the money to swing for the fences, right? And that's I guess that's kind of where the disappointment with Sword and Shield comes from. That it's like, why are we just kind of staying the course with these Pokemon games? Like,
well, Pokemon is the perfect example of how money can ruin a great IP, right? Because they can't. It's almost like their hands are tied by their own success.
They're going. Yeah, they're going. If the formula works, why change it? That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. And if they do change it and it goes, sideways, then
they keep
extra bad.
Yeah, what they keep trying to do too is they try to like trickle in a little something different just to kind of change it up.
They're safer about it. They're safer
mega
about it.
evolutions, and now there's a system. if you're friendly with your Pokemon, you get boosts and stuff like that. It's like, huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And like the Wild Zone was such a good like half step. But they don't really commit to that in the game, because if you play through the main game, the Wild Zone, you only go in the Wild Zone like once or twice, and then that's it. But like, and that's why the expansion was so much better, because they were like, "Fuck it, we're going all in on the Wild area now."
Yeah, because everyone loved it. Well, I mean, that's Pokemon is kind of like Windows operating systems. Every other one is the better one, because they try a little something on this one, they see what's good, they see what's bad, and then the next one they really amplify it, and that's where you want to pick up the next, not the next Pokemon game, the one after. Yeah.
So yeah, it is. I don't know. For me, Sword and Shield is both good and also disappointing.
Yeah, it was okay. It was good. It was better than some of the other Pokemon games I think that have come out in the last couple of years, but definitely, there were some gaps.
Yeah. It's good, but also I want to see more. Next Pokemon game really needs to go in and hard.
Can I also say that, like, the story sort of, like, the refactoring of the story would have been very interesting had it not been so, like, it was, like, I think the game, how easy the game was and how kind of just, like, single act, like, path the story made you go through that sort of narrow path. It made it like I was just kind of, like, didn't really care. But, but at the same time, keep tweaking that a little bit, Nintendo. Like, do something different with the story. I do like that they wanted to do that.
I don't know. I felt like the story was just nothing, and I feel like the story has been nothing. And maybe it's always been nothing. I can't really think of an interesting.
The truth
story.
is like trying to make I feel like trying to make a story out of it, like almost kind of takes away from it a little.
No, because case in point, the Pokemon movie with the Detective Pikachu with Ryan Reynolds and stuff, right?
Okay.
Pokemon, right? Are there Pokemon are everywhere or whatever? I mean, you can make a game like sort of with that sort of story where it's more like an actual tale of someone trying to, like, I don't know, find their long lost dad or solve a murder mystery or whatever.
Wasn't it a game? Was it not?
Well, I mean,
yeah, it is.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, make interesting stories. Is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah. Like, so if you think back to original Pokemon, like the kind of backstory was that there was Team Rocket, there was Giovanni. You were eventually kind of slowly uncovering the like corruption of Giovanni, and then like the kind of shitty stuff he was doing. Right. That was like the backstory that you end up finding out. Other than just you're just a Pokemon trainer trying to make it up to the league. That was essentially your main goal. But if you played it out, you figured out the whole Giovanni. Sorry, spoilers for anybody who hasn't played the originals. But like it wasn't too intricate of a story. It was more of like if you were really like getting into it, you kind of figured it out. It was kind of just a back story to you playing the game. Versus where like some of the more recent Pokemon games have been like there's literally this like whole thing going on. We got to save this one special Pokemon, and he's very special, and we got to take care of him. And oh no, she got kidnapped. Nah, it's like, oh my god. Get out of here with this shit. Like, I just want to go. I just want to catch Pokemon. Leave me alone. Like, I just want to catch and battle. Like, fuck off. I don't want to be saving people's lives and like looking up in the sky. Oh, the legendary one. Ooh, like no. I just want to encounter things, and I don't know. I just want it to be part of the adventure, not like you're forced into some linear story where you kind of almost have to follow the characters like through towns almost.
You can't force it. You can't. I hate the whole following characters through town is kind of what bugged me. Like, especially like when characters would come up to me and be like, "Well, I'm gonna be the best, so let me battle you," and like my Pokemon are all 20 levels under yours. It's just
yeah,
stupid.
Yeah.
Waste of time. It felt like.
Not saying there shouldn't be a story, but I'm
no,
saying
but that's my point. That's my point. Is that like I felt like they wanted to do something different with the story this time, but again, didn't commit fully to it.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like there was like
a little baby step. Yeah.
like a hint, And I'm like, yeah, I like that, but like do more of that, make it better.
Yeah, it's a franchise that needs like a big shakeup, not these little tiny baby steps.
Exactly.
No more baby steps.
Okay, I think that's the best way to sum up this game. It's like it's a baby step towards a better game.
Yeah, but like the
really
little baby steps. The little baby steps are like almost more frustrating because you're just like, just fucking go all the way, just jump.
Yeah, it's not enough, but it is like a baby step in the right direction.
Yeah, it's weird. You can tell the company doesn't want to take too big of a risk. They don't want. Yeah, they don't want to make that leap.
Take a risk,
you know
Pokemon.
what? That's what it is because the franchise has so many fans, right?
Right.
And
you're not going to be able to piss off that much to where the franchise is going to die.
You know what I think is another problem, though? Here's a problem that's unique to the Pokemon franchise, is you have to please both children and adults.
Yes.
And that is very difficult.
Because there's people our age who've grown up on it, and then there's kids who are 10 and under who are just playing it for the first time.
Right. So that is maybe they should just make a Pokemon After Dark game just for adults.
Ooh.
Mature rating.
Oh, the Pokemon.
They can make a third game called Pokemon Katana. There you go. That's the adult one.
Yeah.
Pokemon penis and Pokemon vagina.
Oh my god.
Well, I got penis version.
Welcome to the Cutalingus region.
Well, I think that's the wrap on Pokemon Sword and Shield.
All right, and with that, all right. So, hey, do you like this podcast? I hope so because you're listening to it. You should also be aware that we live stream this at Good Games Cast Twitch. Nope. What is it?
Twitch.tv/Good Games Podcast.
Oh, nobody knows.
I'm hosting it right now. Good Games Podcast.
Oh, okay. Good.
Podcast.
All right. Our email address is goodgamescast@gmail.com. You can send us an email that has the name of our Twitch channel in it so that we can remember it for next time. We also are on YouTube if you want to look at our video version, and we are also on most popular podcasting services if you don't want to look at our video version. So there you go. So now we're going to get into our top 5 Pokemon. And I've already spoiled one of mine. My number 5 is definitely Chandelier. He's just a chandelier. What a lazy, stupid Pokemon, and I love it.
Great. Well, I kind of have a more traditional list.
Okay, that's fair.
My number 5 is Charizard.
Oh, nice. Classic.
Yeah. Hardcore dragon Pokemon.
Yeah, that was like the most badass one to get was having your Charmander, which was this fun little looking dinosaur turned into a giant dragon. There's just something satisfying about that. You felt so powerful.
The most outrageous thing is he's not dragon type, is he? Or in most games,
no,
he's not
just
dragon
flying type, pretty much.
He's like fire and
flying.
But
he's fighting. I think he ends up being fighting and fire or something.
Well, it depends. I mean, they can always kind of change it up, right? I mean,
or
they always
normal and fire or something like I don't know.
In the card game, he's definitely dragon type now, I think.
Okay, whatever.
Fire and dragon type.
He's like every definition of a dragon, and they don't consider him a dragon in the game.
Yeah.
My number 5 is just because it gained like such huge popularity, and I found it to be like pretty nice. I'm throwing Mimikyu in there.
Oh yeah, Mimikyu. Yeah.
I like the internet popularity it gained, and I like the fact that it was trying to. It was like almost like a ploy on like it was trying to copy Pikachu because of Pikachu's huge fame, and it was kind of like the underling. He's like, I'm wearing this thing, and I thought that was precious, and I thought that was a good move on Pokemon's part to kind of regard the fact that this creature was trying to live up in Pikachu's image of fame.
It's kind of a dark story, really, when you think about it.
It is, yeah. It is
Sad
yeah.
tale.
Yeah.
So my number 4 is an OG Pokemon, but he got a fresh coat of paint in Sword and Shield because he has what is it, Galarian? He's got a Galarian version.
Oh, the Galarian versions, yeah.
Yeah, but OG Mr. Mime, who has always been just a nightmare. It looks especially
Terrifying.
nightmarish in the new Sword and Shield because he's like a weird. I don't know what he is, but he's got this like goofy little shuffly dance that he does,
Oh,
like when
so
he
creepy.
And
like,
those fingers.
yeah.
Those damn fingers.
It's a little...
So Mr. Mime, but especially the Sword and Shield Galarian version of Mr. Mime, very good.
Very creepy Pokemon. I also have some silly Pokemon on my list, and my number 4 is Wobbuffet.
Oh yeah, classic, yeah.
Just
Good.
a stupid whatever.
Yeah.
Like what
I
even
don't know
is it?
Yeah.
I just love that it's just like whenever someone sees one, they're just like, ah, damn it, Wobbuffet. Like, of course.
It definitely just looks like a floppy dildo.
Yeah.
yeah.
Floppy
Totally.
dildo punching bag thing.
Yep. I love that one.
I'm going with one of the newer ones. I've always liked just Gulpin. Just kind of, it's the little green one.
Oh, he's the one who eats you.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
I like the demeanor of just like this tiny little like green blob that seems like so unintimidating that can just consume the shit out of you. And I don't know, I liked it in he was in Smash, right? You can throw a Gulpin at what character. Yeah,
that's right.
I always loved getting the Gulpin. It was always such a good Pokemon to get in Smash.
My number 3 is Garbodor. He's just trash. He's just a pile of trash. So myself being a big fan of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I named my Garbodor Trash Man because he eats trash.
That is accurate to what he looks like.
Yeah. He's just trash. He's a garbage Pokemon, and I love him.
They really are running out of ideas.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. My number 3 is one of the newer Pokemons, Rillaboom, which is really just Donkey Kong in camo gear, I think. It's the final evolution of the green starter Pokemon.
Oh yeah. Because he's got the bongo drums. Yeah.
He's got the drums. He's basically just a giant gorilla that bangs drums, and he has like leaves on him.
The Donkey Kong clone, pretty much.
It's just it's Donkey Kong with leaves all over him. I mean, that's all it is. I love it.
I was actually kind of close to yours, Leo. We're on 3, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Number 3 is Charmeleon. I always liked Charmeleon.
Specific.
Yeah, because I don't know. I just like, I know I like the small, like cute Charmander, and I also like the big, like, dragony Charizard. But Charmeleon was just like, I don't know. He had like the claws, and it was just like this like kind of lizard looking like thing, and he had more of like a better
evolution
stance.
is beginning.
I just always liked that like style of Charmeleon. It was always kind of. Yeah. It was like a mix between Charizard and Charmander, where it was like a nice in between. It was like a nice, perfect in between for a Pokemon, and it was very.
It's the promise of Charizard.
Yeah.
With the victory over the dinky little Charmeleon.
Yeah, exactly.
It's right in the middle.
My number 2 is a new Pokemon. It is All Creamy. All Creme.
Oh. That we're really getting into that adult Pokemon.
He's the cake Pokemon.
Oh.
He's the one. What is it? Mega Evolution, I think.
VMAX or
Gigantamax.
Gigantamax.
I can't remember. Mega Evolution. Gigantamax.
I don't even know what the difference between all. They're all the same.
No, yeah. They're Dynamax, Gigantamax. I don't know why we have to have different words for the same thing. No, he gets big and he turns into a giant cake.
Yeah.
Which is so dumb. Just a big cake. You're fighting a big piece of cake.
Is there some lore for like the background of like how why Pokemon are just like normal day-to-day objects now? Like I mean, like our new Pokemon emerging from just real life like objects or something and like becoming Pokemon. Like I don't understand.
I feel like you're gonna run into like a terrible like Flintstones sort of like you're like taking a shit and like the toilet's like thank you for shitting on me like Jesus.
Pokemon are becoming everyday objects.
Right.
It's
That's
a
weird.
couch
Weird.
Lazor. Like what?
It's weird. I mean, how do you? Because in the beginning, it was like, it was like a promising world. The Jurassic Park is like, this is a world where
Yeah.
humans coexist with Pokemon, and there's these like natural creatures. And now it's like, oh, your toilet's a Pokemon now. Like,
This is a
Your car
world where
keys are
Pokemon are
Pokemon.
taking shapes of everyday objects.
yeah. There has to be. They have to give some lore background for that. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
you're right. It's become a terrible thing. It's become a problem. There's too many. It went from Jurassic Park to some sort of weird nightmare where inanimate objects are
Start
sentient.
turning into Pokemon. It's gonna be like a toasteroo and a refrigerator soon. You know.
I feel like one of those is real. Like, isn't there already like a toaster?
I think there's a
Pokemon?
refrigerator one. I'm pretty sure
Is there
there's a.
really?
I think so. I don't know.
Search this. Yeah, that's ridiculous. My number 2 is classic Venusaur, specifically Venusaur. I never really liked Ivysaur, and Bulbasaur, you know, was fine, but Venusaur was just I guess for the same reason of Charmeleon, like, you know.
Now wait a minute. You got both Charizard and Venusaur. Who is your Gen 1 starter?
My Gen 1 starter is Bulbasaur, and I was always grass type. I went, you know, what
Water
is it,
type, baby. Squirtle.
Thwacky? Is it Thwacky for Rillaboom? Was the base?
I don't remember. Probably.
Thwacky is level 2. I think. I don't know. Anyway, grass type. Yeah, grass type for me always.
Water type.
Yeah, and apparently Justin's fire type.
But apparently fire type. Yeah. I don't know.
There
I
you
always
go.
gravitated towards fire.
I just felt like fire was too easy, and then water was just like, I just wanted to beat the crap out of water in the beginning. So.
What? No, fire's the hardest because the first 2 gyms are rock and water.
That's
So-
fine.
Yeah.
I just
It
mean
was a
like I meant
challenge.
more like it's an easy pick. Like, of course, fire is cool, you know, but I wanted to make something else cool.
I was always the kid though that like if I had both cartridges, so in the blue cartridge I played water and the red cartridge I
trade
played
it
fire.
to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the whole trading thing and yeah.
Gotcha.
My number 2 is very specific because it has to come from a certain version of the game, and we're going all the way back to the originals. I am saying my number 2 is Fat Pikachu, not the skinny one you know now. I'm talking Fat Pikachu.
Is it
one
fat,
that
when it blows up, when it becomes fat like that one?
no. The original Pikachu
Oh,
did not look anything like Pikachu does now.
oh, gotcha.
But,
I'm talking.
But Justin.
Yeah, he was chubby. Yeah.
But Justin, in Sword and Shield, you can Gigantamax your Pikachu.
That's what I mean.
And-
That's what I was talking
And when
about.
Pikachu gets Gigantamax, he becomes
chubby.
Fat Pikachu.
He's chubby.
Oh,
He becomes
yeah.
like OG Fat Pikachu.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
in
a
the
good
Pokemon
reference. Good
in the
reference.
Pokemon TCG world, the most recent set features the first time they've released that look of Pikachu in a while. And
Fat Pikachu.
it's Pikachu V Max, which is their version of like that Gigant Dynamax or whatever in the card game.
Yeah.
And yeah, he looks chubby.
Yeah, I wish they had kept that
Adorable.
design. I like the little fat, chubby Pikachu. Look like he ate too much. Now he's like this
Yeah.
skinny little. Ha ha. No, I
He's
want the
little
one
too
that was like
energetic, yeah.
sitting on its ass when you first found it, kind of like just kind of flumped over with small arms, like.
Wake up!
Yeah,
rosy-
I want that Pikachu.
with the rosy red cheeks, just from
That's
being
cuter to
overheated all
me,
the time.
seeing a fat little thing. I want a fat little rat. Like, I want this.
Wake up!
Oh, I guess you don't know about the new Pikachu. It's ripped Pikachu is the next one.
Oh shit.
Oh no!
This Pikachu's just like shredded. It's got like
I
a
like
12
Jack
pack.
Pikachu.
Hey, it's
You don't like-
Pikachu.
Pikachu. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Rotom is an electric ghost type Pokemon introduced in Generation 4. Rotom has 5 alternate forms, including that all take the possession of a household appliance. There's an oven, a washing machine, a refrigerator,
That's right. Yeah.
a fan, and a lawnmower. And each of those are like,
No,
that's like heat Rotom,
I was like,
wash
I'm pretty
Rotom,
sure there
frost
was a-
Rotom, and fan Rotom.
Yeah, I was pretty sure there was a Pokemon that was like some kind of fucking household appliance.
That's ridiculous.
Oh,
That's
fuck.
ridiculous. Screw that card.
No, I would like it to just
screw that.
stick to like animals and like fantasy fiction things, not items.
items,
Not stuff.
Inanimate objects.
Yeah.
Isn't that how the bike works in Sword and Shield too? It's a Rodon bike,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
so it's like using a Pokemon to be your bicycle.
We're one step away from the reality of toilet chew.
It might be a thing. If the trash Pokemon is a thing, toiletries, toilet.
All right, my number one Pokemon is also a
All
new
time.
Pokemon. My number one favorite
Mine's
Pokemon
new too.
of all time is also a brand new Pokemon, and it requires some explanation for those of you who have not played Sword and Shield. So in Sword and Shield, you know the fossil Pokemon, you know how in Gen 1 you could have like either the Helix or the Dome fossil, and it became Ammonite, or you made the wrong decision, and I can't remember what the other one was.
Our Lord and Savior.
Yeah, Helix. Bless Helix. No, in Sword Shield, you actually combine fossils of different types. They like definitely aren't supposed to go together, so you get to like play Pokemon God, and like, oh, I'm gonna mix the Helix fossil with like a Dome fossil and like create an abomination. This is literally what you do in Sword and Shield. There's like Pokemon that shouldn't exist, but you get to play God. I'm gonna go with Arctozolt, who his bottom half is like this ice cube, and this top half is like an electric dragon.
This Pokemon looks so weird to me.
Yeah, you put two things together that shouldn't go together, and it's a dragon who literally, go watch the animation for him. He's just freezing cold the whole time, and he's like constantly got pneumonia because he's like freezing because he shouldn't exist. So he's just like the entire time he's on the battlefield. It's go watch the fucking animation. It's great.
So
Arctozolt.
All those weird combinations of like they're really disturbing, and like it's kind of weird how they did it because it literally looks just like copy paste different sections, you know, like
yeah.
And I guess they kind of have to do it that way to support the idea, but yeah, really weird. Those all disturb me.
Yeah. He should disturb you because he shouldn't exist. Arctozolt.
Like, go! And the other trainer's like, oh, God!
Oh.
What have you done? Jesus!
What's wrong with it?
You win! Jesus!
Oh, my God! Get that thing to a hospital!
My number one is also a new Pokemon, but more in the traditional, like, kind of badassery. You know I love swords, and I happen to love dogs. So Zacian is the perfect mix for me for Pokemon. The regular version of him, this is like sort of the ancient legendary Pokemon of Sword and Shield, and this is the sword one. And I think the regular is just kind of him, just like a dog wolf thing or whatever. But then like you give him some item, like an old sword or whatever, and then he like sort of transforms to like its true sort of legendary form. And he has like a sword in his mouth. It's awesome. That's my new all-time favorite Pokemon because he has a sword.
I'm also gonna go the humble route, because I also enjoy dogs and animals and all that. And actually, I like Growlithe or Growlithe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Growlithe.
Because it's like a fire tiger dog. It's like
yeah.
all three things
What is it really?
that I like. It's a cat dog fire thing. It's like I love it. It's everything I love.
Yeah.
It's got all my three favorite elements.
Yeah, that's true.
Also,
yeah,
I will say,
we should have just stopped at 150 because we got all the way to Arctozolt and we've made mistakes now.
I think there is a
point,
limitation. Yeah. There's a limitation to Pokemon, and we're getting there. I feel like they're starting to really, really scratch the bottom of the barrel for these ideas.
All right, that's our list.
I've got some Biofreeze here because I had some back pain. Next Pokemon will be Biofreezon.
Apply me to your back.
Biofreezonite.
Yeah, he would probably have a paralyzing effect, right? Because it helps to numb your back. Yeah.
Yeah. It's stupid.
So like the Pokemon, like my cake Pokemon, he just exists to be eaten, I guess. Like,
yeah.
Eat me.
Like, what if like you were like having like your son's birthday party and you brought out a cake?
Did somebody
and
bring the cake Pokemon?
You cut into it and it screams. You're like, oh Jesus!
It's disturbing. Yeah, it's like that one video short where the pumpkin is alive. Like when you're carving the pumpkin. I don't want to think about my food being alive, like a real living. I mean, like yeah, I eat meat, but like I don't cut into it while it's just like happy to see me. Hey, you got me out of the Pokeball. Thanks. Thanks, Master. What are we doing today? I'll tell you what we're doing today.
I'm hungry.
Fucking fried
Pikachu.
Goldeen. I couldn't fucking think of a fish Pokemon.
Sad. She's just like Goldeen, and you're like,
Oh yeah, you're gonna be delicious.
all right.
Well, Magikarp
All right,
apparently is all like scale and bones, so they're not very good on meat. Apparently, in the It's actually a real thing. I think in the Pokemon universe.
Oh, like
they're not
like
the best
no
to eat.
nutritional value. Yeah. Okay.
They're kind of like
Right,
koi
don't eat a
fish, where
Magikarp.
there's not a lot of meat.
Do that.
I wonder what the.
But
how the
Goldeen's
nutritional
probably are
value
fine.
is. Goldeens are fine. They look a little bit more meaty.
Yeah, they look chunky.
She's too thick.
Where is this going? All right.
This is going back to Pokemon After Dark.
She thickamon?
All right, let's get out of the sexy Pokemon world.
That
you
world
guys wanna-
probably exists.
You guys want to endorse
Don't
some
look it up.
stuff?
Yeah. What did we endorse last time? I think I already.
Well, here, I'll go first because I already spoiled mine yet again. I'm going to endorse the classic 90s cult hit comedy movie Office Space. It's about a guy who's just an everyday guy, and he's got a boring office job, and he hates it, and that's the premise of the movie.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's a very good movie. If you've ever had a very boring office job, you'll be able to relate very easily to the main character. Yeah, it's a great, very quotable.
Even before I had a boring office job, I related to the movie exclusively because of his stance that, like, in the beginning, he's like, if you had $1 million, like, what would you do? You know? And like his neighbor is like 2 chicks at the same time or whatever. You know, everyone has all these dreams, or someone else is like, oh, I would invest, you know, I'd make a lot of money or whatever. And he's just like, if I had $1 million, I would just do nothing, or I would just sit down and do nothing. And like, I related to that so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like my ideal state, if I didn't have to worry about anything in the world, would just be to sit down on the couch, just do nothing, you know?
It's such a great, because he's going around and he's asking all of his friends, like, oh, what would you do with $1 million? I'd invest. What would you do with $1 million? You know, I'd, whatever, I'd quit this job. What would you do with 2 chicks at the same time? And then what would you do with $1 million, man? Other than 2 chicks at the same time, obviously. Oh yeah, obviously.
Very, very quotable movie. It's very good.
Oh, so quotable. In fact, there's I think Comedy Central. I only know this because, my endorsement will be YouTube TV. If you don't have cable, like myself, and you want to watch some live things like of course, the debate's on YouTube, but I don't know. Taryn likes watching like award shows and stuff like that, so it's beneficial for that. My dad watches NBA a lot, so my mom got an account for them for that, and then like gave me the login, and I was like, sure. And like I've like been watching TV again, like cable, television, commercials, everything. So YouTube TV, I think it's like $30 a month or something, and you get like legit just TV on YouTube. But so I'll segue that into Comedy Central. If you happen to try YouTube TV, is this weekend, I think. Was it this weekend, honey? The Comedy Central.
Hello, Taryn.
All the quotable movies. Yeah, I think it's this weekend. Comedy Central is doing like quotable movie weekend, and Office Space is on there, and some other really quotable films.
Okay. I gotta look at YouTube TV. I don't know. I'm
It's
thinking
legit.
about getting cable TV again.
I have it
this
right
first.
now just because the
Sports.
onslaught of sports that have all returned all at once.
Yeah.
Jesus, sports.
That's
all
pretty
right.
much my main reason.
But
is
how much
just-
do you pay for cable there? Or how much is cable?
Because we have Hulu Live TV, and it's like insanely expensive. So yeah, maybe I'll look into not paying that much money for live TV. I mean, I know I'm going to cancel it at the end of a couple months here when sports are all done again.
That's
But
probably
it's
gonna
great
be-
because I honestly always felt like, so since before YouTube TV or Hulu Live TV were a thing, I always felt like, why do we have cable at all? Like, we have the technology, right? We should be just streaming these things, even if you pay extra. So I think it's pretty solid.
My endorsement is something that you've endorsed, Leo, I'm pretty sure it was you, Leo.
Ooh, neat endorsement.
That I started to watch, and that is The Boys.
Oh, yeah.
I know the second season has come out.
Oh, I still haven't watched it. No spoilers.
James seems
The
confused.
Boys?
The Boys.
The Boys.
The Boys?
It's the superhero
You haven't
thing.
seen The Boys on Amazon Prime?
It's pretty much the general premise as if superheroes are being marketed. That's like the general idea.
Yes, I remember this endorsement now. Yes.
Have you seen it though?
No, I've not seen it.
I'm only 2 episodes in, and I fucking love it already. Like I love it. The first episode got me.
The first episode will grab you. I promise.
Okay. The first episode just pulled me in so hard. So now
Which
I'm watching
is rare.
all that.
A lot of shows these days, like that everyone says are so great, you really got to give them like a whole first season. You know, this one from the beginning, you're in.
This is like it's like the perfect premise too of like.
So cool.
It's almost like. It's almost if you took into the mindset of like, what if there were people with superhuman powers right now? What would it be like? And you think about like kind of the shitty business tactics. What
would really be like? Yeah.
Like of like how they utilize like
the capitalism.
Yeah, they're capitalizing on superheroes. That's pretty much the general premise.
It is the superhero like show or like IP to end superhero stuff. Like superheroes are becoming like the new zombies, where like it's getting overdone. This is the one to end them all. Just watch this and then you're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. You should give it a try, James. I think you'll like it because it's got a lot of stupid, like adult comedy and all that kind of stuff, and it's just
all right.
And it has that guy from Star Trek that everyone loves, who
Patrick Stewart.
No.
Simon Pegg.
No, Simon Pegg plays the new Scott, but the new Doctor in the reboots movies.
Lieutenant Commander Data.
No, the original series reboots with Chris Pine and stuff, like those movies.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Damn it, I'm a doctor, not a
Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
Shatner's back?
Leonard Nimoy is in The
William
Boys.
Shatner. Just keep guessing wrong Star Trek actors. All right. So we should probably address the fact that I think on the last episode we said we were either going to do an episode on Squadrons or Among Us. This is neither of those two things. Our next episode, surprise bitches. We lied, just like you would lie in Among Us, which is probably going to be our next episode. It's going to be our Halloween.
Let this be a lesson to you.
Spooky episode. Mm-hmm. So Among Us, look forward to that. And then after that, we're going to do Squadrons because one of us hasn't been playing Squadron and needs a little more time to play the game. So, yeah. So look forward to Among Us and Squadrons coming soon on your podcast feed or YouTube feed or stream feed.
Or just your feed.
We're feeding you
food.
Some sort of feed.
This is talking food for your mouth and ears.
You kind of sound like that guy, that dude who like documents like the cat that's trying to eat and stuff. The human was going to give me food today.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
The authorities have failed to regard my situation.
Yeah, that guy.
It's a meme, James. It's a meme.
I don't know memes. I don't know any
memes.
I don't know memes.
All right.
All right. Anything else? We called it a podcast.
That's it.
That's it. We did it. We're done. We're out. All right. For the Good Games podcast, I'm James.
I'm Leo.
I'm Justin.
See you next time. Goodbye.
See ya. Bye.
All right. Anything else? What else?
I do want to mention, James. Did you see that I think it's like a doorbell delivery. It's one of the delivery things. I don't know if it's DoorDash or something, with Patrick Stewart and
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. Yes, I saw that commercial by watching YouTube TV. Otherwise, I would not have seen it.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Well, I'm a fucking idiot because I watched that commercial and I was like, ha ha ha, they're doing like a Star Trek and Star Wars thing. Right. And I always thought because I wasn't really paying attention because I was like, oh, it's just a food thing. But like Mark Hamill says, like Mark Hamill says, like, I'm gonna order my sandwich with extra tomatoes.
No, it's the other way. I think it's no. Hamill says no tomato.
And then Patrick Stewart says, I'm going to order my sandwich with extra tomatoes. And I'm like, why did he deliver that line that way? But then I realized
he looked at the camera
they were trying to do a tomato
Yeah.
thing. Patrick Stewart's outrageous delivery of that line just made it, like, I was like, why did he say it that way? Holy shit.
It was perfect, though. That was a great commercial.
No. Very good. Very good.
That's
tomato, Star Trek, Star Wars.
Star Trek, Star Wars. That's how everyone feels about it.
Still waiting for the sandwich Pokemon.
Wait, there's 100% a sandwich Pokemon.
Sandwichy.
Isn't there a sandwich Pokemon? I feel like there's a sandwich Pokemon.
I don't know.
That's probably what it is. It's probably sandwichy.
Sandwichy. And then there's like different variants. There's the BLT sandwichy. It's a grass type.
Watch they spin it off as like there's a post-apocalyptic Pokemon where everyone had to stop eating food because they weren't sure if it was food or Pokemon, and everyone became so scared to eat food that like they didn't know what to do anymore, and the human race started to die off.
There's like Pokemon activist groups are like, please don't harm our Pokemon anymore. No more battling, no more eating.
That's a very interesting Pokemon setting. I'd be interested for like some fan fiction.
I mean, we could do a whole other podcast on like the ethics of like making these Pokemon fight each other and like
we probably
why
should.
Like what's
you know what I've always thought
of
about? Here's a question I always had since Pokemon came out, since I was a little kid. What are they doing in that Pokeball? Like, I mean, are they conscious? Are they in there like in a glass case of emotion, like, you know, just freaking out? Like as soon as Pikachu goes into the Pokeball, he's just like, ah! But then like when you take him out, he's like, Pika.
Yeah, it's like in solitary confinement. Yeah.
Right.
Or is it like, are they just in like a buffer, like Star Trek, like being, you know, transported? You're just like in like a state of like buffer
sort of
where you have no sense of time or something.
Yeah.
We need answers on this because there's definitely a scale of, you know, how humane we're being to these Pokemon.
And then the other thing is food, like meat in Pokemon. Right. I've always wondered about that. Like,
how are they eating? Right? Yeah.
Like, they kill
Pokemon?
I think they 100% confirmed that they kill and eat Pokemon because one of my favorite Pokemon, Garbodor, when he gets real big, there's a lot of trash in there. Now, in with all of the trash,
he eats the
is
trash.
Some like, in with all the trash is like some food remains, and there's like a bone of what
Pikachu
very
skeleton.
Clearly it's like it's like a Magikarp. It's like a Magikarp bone. Like somebody ate a fish and like threw it out. So
I could definitely see them eating like fish Pokemon, but like imagine hunting down a Pikachu and just like snacking.
No, you wouldn't eat a Pikachu. That's a rat. Pretty much, it's a mouse. You don't eat mice.
Hey,
you would eat what's the bison one?
Like, you could eat shit like a Tauros or whatever.
Yeah, Tauros.
Yeah.
Is there like a deer Pokemon?
Got some good meat.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 deer Pokemon.
Is there a beer Pokemon?
A beer Pokemon?
I said deer.
Oh, I heard deer. Like, I'm beer too.
See, that would be part of the adult Pokemon is the beer Pokemon.
Yes, the beer Pokemon would be in there.
Drunk Chew.
6-Packemon.
Also, what do they use for chicken? Like, what's like their chicken mon? I don't know.
Ooh, everything tastes like Pikachu.
Pidgeys probably.
I don't know, but Pidgeys are more like they're supposed to be like pigeons, right? You don't eat pigeons.
Pigeon.
That's a good question. They don't really. Do they really? No, they do. They have
chicken mon.
The fire one. It's one of the starter Pokemon.
Oh, but that's spicy chicken mon. That's not good.
I know the name's like combust something when it evolves.
Oh yeah. I know what you're
That's pretty much a chicken.
Hey, you know what? That leads me to another question I have about like the lore and ethics and like the real thoughts about Pokemon, like mating and eggs, right? The whole egg concept. Do they come out just like a fully grown level 1 Pokemon? Shouldn't there be like a stage of like infancy, you know, before, you know, like it just seems like right out of the egg they come out like I'm a Pidgey, right? Or is there like a infant.
Like it
you
comes
know,
out
roast
like
con-
I'm a disgusting, gross little thing, but I'll
Right.
evolve
Well,
into
that's what,
something
like,
better.
right.
Some of the other early because like some of the Gen 2 and Gen 3 ones were like, instead of like, hey, here's this Pokemon evolved, it's like, no, here's the baby version of this Pokemon.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it seems like we've thrown that idea out now, and it's
Yeah.
Yeah, you had, like,
we're back to
Pichu.
like,
Now they just pop
Oh,
out
like-
level 1 Pokemons. Just
yeah,
right out of the
I
egg.
just hatched a fully formed fucking Onyx or whatever. You're like, Jesus, why did that come out of an egg?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions there.
It's in your
A lot of-
house
lot
and
of
it's
unknowns.
hatching. Ooh.
We could do another episode on that, like just kind of
The
Pokemon
ethic.
real
Yeah, I
talk.
like that. Pokemon
Real
ethics.
talk. Yeah,
I think we just did.
yeah, that's probably enough. We probably don't need to go any further into that. You know what? You listeners, you comment. Tell us your thoughts on the
Yeah.
ethics and
On the
deep thoughts
ethics.
of
Let's have a
Pokemon.
nice, sophisticated talk on Pokemon ethics.
Let the YouTube comments be the Pokemon adult
I
versions.
feel like that's gonna become like a college class in like the next 15 years. The
Pokemon
ethics
101.
of Pokemon 101.
Oh, yeah.